Imagine holding in your hand a simple dime that looks ordinary at first glance. But what if I told you that this very dime could be worth a staggering $17 million? Yes, you heard that right. Today we are diving deep into the mystery, history, and incredible value of the 1966 Roosevelt Dime Coin. And before you think this is just another small piece of change that jingles in your pocket, let me assure you this story is going to keep you hooked until the very last second, because by the end of this journey you will know why collectors across the United States and beyond have their eyes fixed on this particular dime, and how you could potentially profit if you were lucky enough to discover one. The Roosevelt dime itself was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who played such a critical role in leading the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and also in supporting the March of Dimes to fight polio. So this coin was not just a piece of metal. It was a tribute to a leader and a symbol of health, hope, and resilience. Now let us fast forward to the year 1966, a time when America was experiencing cultural revolutions, social changes, and a vibrant shift in music fashions and politics. Amidst all of this, a dime was minted, one that most people thought was simply worth 10 cents. But hidden among millions of ordinary strikes was a coin that would one day capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. This coin, the 1966 Roosevelt Dime Coin, holds a secret that makes it special and pushes its value into the realm of millions. The number 17 million to be exact. Now that is not just loose change, that is life-changing wealth. But wait, before I reveal why this coin is so valuable, let me build the suspense a little more. Think about the coins in your pocket right now. They all seem the same. They have the same design, the same size, the same silvery shine. Yet in the world of numismatics, where details matter, the smallest difference in condition, strike or minting error can transform a simple coin into a fortune. Numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting, is about far more than hoarding shiny objects. It is about history, craftsmanship, rarity, and above all, value. And when it comes to the 1966 Roosevelt dime, the rarity is not just about how many were minted, but how few survived in pristine condition. So let us talk about grading, because grading is what truly separates an ordinary dime from one that could be worth millions. The professional grading companies like PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, known as Numismatic Guarantee Company, are the industry standards. They provide collectors with the confidence that what they are buying or selling is authentic and accurately graded. Grading ranges from poor to mint state and beyond, with numbers like MS60, MS65, or even MS70 representing levels of perfection. The higher the grade, the rarer the coin in the marketplace, and the higher the value. So when we talk about the 1966 Roosevelt dime, we are not just talking about any dime. We are talking about the possibility of finding one that has been preserved in a condition so remarkable that collectors would pay unimaginable sums. Now let us pause here, because I know what you are thinking. What makes this dime so rare? Is it an error? Is it a condition factor? Is it something else? And that is exactly where the suspense builds. You see, collectors hunt for features like full bands on the torch reverse, which indicate a crisp, strong strike. They look for original luster, free of scratches. They examine thickness, weight, and even the tiniest detail that could set one coin apart from millions of others. Speaking of details, the 1966 Roosevelt dime typically weighs 268 grams with a diameter of 17.91 millimeters and a thickness of 1.35 millimeters. It is composed of a copper nickel clad which replaced silver coins after 1964, making this one of the early clad Roosevelt dimes. And while most of these were produced in massive quantities and circulate heavily, the few that survived, untouched, in gem mint condition, or with extraordinary striking details, are where the true treasure lies. Now imagine for a moment a coin with perfect sharp details, flawless luster, and full torch bands graded by PCGS or NGC at the top of the scale, and perhaps even tied to a unique provenance, that is, when you start entering the world where auction houses see bidding wars erupt and values skyrocket into the millions. And here is a twist. The value of $17 million attached to the 1966 Roosevelt dime is not about face value. It is about collector passion, rarity grade, and the historical narrative all converging into one perfect storm. So where does someone even sell such a rare treasure? The answer is not your local pawn shop nor a casual online listing. Instead, you would want to turn to major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. These are places where serious collectors gather, where coins are authenticated, and where the right buyers willing to pay millions compete for ownership. But before you rush off to sell, you must ensure that your coin is professionally graded without authentication and a certified grade. From PCGS or NGC, no collector will pay the premium, because trust and verification are everything in numismatics. That little plastic slab encasing your coin is more powerful than any promise, because it gives hard proof of its grade and authenticity. Now here is where I want you to think carefully. What if you had a coin in your hand that looked just like this dime? How would you even know it was worth $17 million? The truth is, the majority of people pass over treasures every single day, simply because they do not know what to look for. This is why staying subscribed to World Rare Coin is your best move. Because every week, I break down coins that could change your life. Coins that sit in circulation. Unnoticed coins that turn average. Collectors into millionaires, and I show you step by step how to identify them. So before we move forward, take a second to tap that subscribe button and join a community of collectors who refuse to let treasures slip by. Now back to our dime, the 1966 Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of why condition matters, why grading matters, and why knowledge matters in coin collecting. Because you can have a million dimes, but only one with the right combination of grade, strike, and rarity can change your life forever. And here is another suspenseful thought. This dime may be sitting in an old jar of change, in a drawer, in a collection passed down through generations, or even in circulation, though rare and overlooked. So the hunt is very real. Collectors, know that even within coins that seem common, the true gems are hiding in plain sight. And this is why numismatics is so addictive. Every coin tells a story. Every coin holds a mystery. And every coin might just hold a fortune. Let us break down the condition factors more deeply. A high-grade coin should have no wear, strong details, clear lettering, and brilliant luster. The torch on the back should show clear separated bands, which collectors call full bands. This detail alone can make the difference of thousands or even millions of dollars. And when combined with rarity, it explains why some dimes are not worth 10 cents, but instead millions. Now imagine being at an auction, the crowd buzzing, collectors on edge, and suddenly a 1966 Roosevelt dime, in near-perfect grade, hits the stage. Bidding starts in the thousands, leaps into the hundreds of thousands, and finally erupts past the million mark, until hammering down at 17 million. That is not just a transaction, that is history being made. And if you are wondering how many such coins are out there, the truth is not many. Their rarity makes them almost mythical, and that is why the hunt continues across the United States. Collectors are checking coin rolls, estate sales, and inherited collections, hoping to uncover one of these priceless dimes. And here is where I challenge you. Check your change, your piggy bank, your old drawers, because you never know what you might find. And if you ever stumble upon a dime that looks flawless, pristine, and sharp in detail, remember the first step is grading. Send it to PCGS or NGC, get it slabbed, and only then explore selling it through major auctions, because that is the path to unlocking the real value. The story of the 1966 Roosevelt Dime teaches us that knowledge is power in coin. Collecting the more you know, the more prepared you are to recognize treasures, and the more likely you are to turn ordinary finds into extraordinary wealth. So as we wrap this up, let me leave you with one final suspenseful note. The next time you see a dime, do not just see a coin. See a mystery, see a possibility, and maybe just maybe see a $17 million fortune. This is why you need to stay subscribed to World Rare Coin, because this channel is your ultimate guide to uncovering the stories, secrets, and staggering values of coins that most people overlook. Share this video with friends, family, and anyone who has ever jingled a pocket of change, because who knows, the next millionaire might just be watching this very video.